Hello and welcome everyone in another episode of Researcher Celebrity. Today we have honor of having Dr. T. Mariappan with us. A brief introduction of Sir. He has done his bachelor's and master's in zoology from Madurai Kamaraj University, and for PhD in zoology he attended Madras University. Obviously, he was working at that time also. He has been teaching at school level, at college level also. He joined as an assistant professor at Asgappa College, and then finally joined ICMR National Institute of Vector Control Research, Pondicherry, as a research assistant, served there up until his superannuation and retired from scientist F grade, which is like deputy director senior grade, and also taught during his as a teaching faculty during his tenure at NIV. National Institute of Vector Control Research at Pondicherry. With this brief introduction, we'll say thank you so much, sir, for taking time out for this conversation.
Thank you,
So,
Dr. Raja. It is very nice meet with you. Basically, I am a small farmer's family. Almost those period they called us a middle class family in a town, Sirivilliputtur at Ramanathapuram district in Tamilnadu. Okay. In the same district only, our president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, also born. He belongs to the same area of the Ramanad district, Rameswaram. But I am from the Srivilliputtur, the rubber stamp of the Tamil Nadu, the tower. That is my recognition of my native place, where I did my school education in a Christian CMS, Christian Missionary Schools, from 6th standard to SSLC, and then the same organization of the college also, the American College, the same Christian missionaries at Madurai under the Madurai Kamaraj University, where I did from pre-university class to till post-graduation MSc. While I was doing my post-graduation, 100 marks is compulsory during that time to do a dissertation work. That means a 100 marks project has to be completed for the second MSc during my zoology studies. At that time, the situation of the college with highly sophisticated entomology lab that is instigated me to do a research on mosquitoes, to do a dissertation on mosquitoes, because one of the scientists, OGW Berlin, who is in California, still he is alive, who has left the teaching profession and left to the California Institute during the period of 1975. Those lab only instigated me, stimulated me to do research on mosquitoes. So I took a title with under the supervision of my supervisor or guide, Miss Dr. R. Selvaraj Pandian, who is the mentor to do that research. But I took a challenging research to every fortnight. I visited a nearest hill area called Alagarhoil Hills. That is the temple. Lord Sundareswar is residing there. He is giving his empower in those areas that they call it as Alagarhoil Hills. In that small hills, where I have entered with all the kits which were available in my studies lab in the college, I used to take along with the one assistant, lab assistant of that college, one Nadarajan, who came with, he is no more. He came with me, and we did every day, fortnight once. Evening, we used to go around to 5:30, and then we will come next day morning by 7:30 to back to the college. During that time, night we used to collect nocturnal biting mosquitoes in the hill region, and then daytime I used to collect all the larvae found in the tree holes, rock pools, and all the plant crevices. All these things I used to collect and record in my research lab in the American college during my studies. During that time, I have recorded around 27 species of different genera from that hills, and I put a small project book, and that book is not published those time because I was not aware of the things, everything to be published and all in 1976 to 1976 to 78. My studies were there. So immediately I completed that and I got the distinction in my project submission because it is a very highly background while I was attending my interview with the Dr. P.K. Rajagopalan, who was the director in charge or officer in charge of the Vector Control Research Center under ICMR during that period. In between, I always served as a school teacher because the college has pushed, the government of Tamil Nadu has pushed for the education department, all the college pre-university classes closed down. All the schools who are running SSLC becomes +1, +2. I was the first teacher in my native place, CS Hindu Higher Secondary School, as a +2 teacher to the students in that particular school. During that time, I got a job in the Alappa Chettiar College in the Karaikudi city, another town. I joined as a AP, it was a temporary faculty improvement program of the Madurai Kamaraj University. I did the service. Later, I moved to another school called St. Joseph Boys Higher Secondary School, in the same academic year of the 79-80. But in the meantime, I applied to the Government of India ICMR-NIVCR. I have been selected as a research assistant, and I joined as a research assistant on 31st October 1979. This is about my education. Whereas my PhD, while I was doing my service under ICMR, our institute, Vector Control Research Center, those period. Now it is a National Institute of Vector Control Research. It was recognized by Madras University as a carrying out the research of our PhD, MPhil, and all such things. Then my director, Dr. P.K. Rajagopalan, has suggested to carry out the research on the lymphatic filariasis vector, Quilex cuncunvasatus, immatures. Immature means larval stages. So that work was undertaken by me under the guidance of Dr. Pradeep Kumar Das, P.K. Das. He was the deputy director in those period when I was joining that institute during 1979. So I registered in the year 1982, and then I completed my PhD under him in the same VCRC through Madras University recognized one. So I got the degree in 1987, PhD, and then I continued my research in the same laboratory, same institute, as not only in the laboratory only. I did all my challenging projects in the field condition. During that time, our VCRC, I will use the word VCRC because still now the same VCRC is recognized by many people. Recognized by the World Health Organization to carry out different phases of the insecticide trials under the banner of the institute. So I have been asked to do so many larvicidal, adulticidal against mosquitoes. Those particular area was promising because when the WHO recognized some of the insecticides, there are different groups of insecticide people may be knowing also. Organochlorine, organocarbamate, organophosphate, and guanylyl garment mimics, like that. And then the pyrethroid compounds. So different phases. In the larval stage, I used to do maximum of the phase 2, phase 3 trials in the same different areas in the Pondicherry and other regions also during my career. Okay. Then later, some of the adulticides which are promising and recognized in the phase 1 trial by the WHO, they used to send directly from the company to our institute, those also under my leadership and my guide leadership, we carried out in that and we submitted the result, and all these publications were published in the different journals of Indian Journal of Medical Research and international journals like that. During my career, I have been involved in a big project called Filariasis Control Demonstration Project. That is environmental related projects, where the challenging is to control the filariasis cases. We have to reduce either vector or we have to give chemotherapy to the human beings. This is the two possibilities were there. Then the challenging, promising objective was given environmental management and manipulation to control the vectors, and then seeing the results of the no lymphatic filariasis cases appeared. This is the challenge. Then we took all the possible control of the larvae of the Felis incubators, which will transmit the filariasis to the one person to another person, and the large number of bites only creates the patients with the lymphedema and all those things. So where we have seen 5 years completely, the project period was 1980 to 85. During the project period only, my thesis title also, immature stages of Felis incubators population under insecticidal pressure. That is what the population dynamics, I did that during that time only. So I got my degree of PhD also from the university. So after completion of the work, we were also recognized by many state governments, and they invited our group of scientists under P.K. Rajavan sir. So our people are moving to the Karnataka state and Andhra Pradesh state and other cities of the Tamilnadu, where we were undertaken several projects under malaria. Even Tamilnadu, our institute has carried out the coastal malaria control with a few scientists from our group. And in Karnataka, few scientists were deputed to prepare a master plan for controlling mosquitoes in the big Bangalore city, where we did some of the trials in the Bangalore city. And also after that, Mangalore city also, they called us to prepare a plan for that city. Like that, many work programs were coming to our hands. But few of them were taken over by me. During that period, I have been suggested by my boss, Dr. P.K. Rajavan, your exposure is very needed on malaria. Then I have been deputed to the Orissa state as a field scientist to carry out the malaria vectors and the malarial parasites prevailing in the Koraput districts. So I served for two years at Koraput districts as a scientist investigating on the malaria. During our period only, the fourth malarial parasite, we call it as a Plasmodium ovale, found out during one of the villages called Champapada in the Orissa state, Koraput. So this is one of the invention during our period. It is not the only, I cannot claim myself alone we did. It is a teamwork of the malaria. So large number of vector populations were detected and we have been published in different journals. And then from there, I have been asked my exposure and experience on the preparation of master plan. I came down to the Neyveli Lignite Corporation, a township where there are a lot of mosquitoes problem were there. I have been asked to prepare a master plan for the Neyveli Lignite Corporation township city. I did this work in 1988, 89, and it went there up to 1990. In the middle of the 1990, I have been asked to depute to Cochin city in Kerala to prepare another master plan for the Cochin city. That is also in a teamwork. I joined as a scientist and I have become the officer in charge of the Cochin field station in the year 1992. and I continued in the Cochin city up to 1997. During this period, we prepared the plan. During that time, Professor Dr. Vijay Dande, V. Danda was the director of that institute because 1990, Dr. P.K. Rajavan left the institute and he joined as a director. During that period, we submitted the plan for the Cochin city and they were happy because it was submitted to the then mayor, Dr. Mr. K.N. Panikkar, and he was happy that and we started to implement. During that time also, we have tested, we have been evaluated many larvicidal like Bacillus sphericus against the larvae of the Quilex citines. These Quilex citines exclusively breed in the salt water, not in the normal domestic water. These mosquitoes nuisance were high in the coastal region of that particular city, Yeda Cochin and Port Cochin and Matanjeri, like that down, waterlogged areas, the breeding was very high. That part of the research we did during the simultaneous preparation of the master plan. And also we have studied the Aedes population, the vector of dengue, chikungunya, Zika. All these three diseases are transmitted by the day-biting mosquito Aedes aegypti. We did monitored the Aedes population in the Ernakulam as well as the Cochin city, and we have included these things in our master plan to control that through the community awareness programs. So simultaneously after completion of that particular period, we have also carried out the bee malai is another lymphatic filariasis parasite transmitted by another mosquito called Mansonoids, that is Mansonia umbellifera vector, Mansonia indiana another vector, Mansonia annularis, these three different vectors, which breeds exclusively in the water found in a small pond in every house, where the water hyacinth plant and Sylvania plant roots, the eggs were catched and the larvae were taking the oxygen from the hanging roots of those plants. That Mansonoid population, Mansonia mosquito, transmit the bee malai, where we had a project by our another scientist of our institute, and that along with them we monitored the microfilaria rate among the human population during the blood survey in the entire population. Kayangulam to Ponnani in the Kerala belt. There also we joined together and did the work on Purgia Malai control in that particular belt. These are all my research activities carried out in that. And then I have been asked to come back to the headquarters. From the headquarters, I did especially on the control of the lymphatic filariasis through the chemotherapy. So WHO is a signatory to our government of India signatory with the WHO on 1997 to control the lymphatic filariasis in the entire country. That signatory induced our team of the scientists to carry out the mass drug administration, MDA, they call it as a simple term, MDA, in which I also part of the scientists involved, and I did the work along with that team. During that time, I have been asked to prepare another master plan for the Andhra Pradesh city, Vizag city, Visakhapatnam city, where I was the chief investigator, the principal investigator. Along with our team, Dr. P.K. Das, we moved to Vizag city. We spent about 2 years and we have monitored the entire breeding source through the GIS applications, that is Geographical Information System application, and we monitored and we submitted a report on Vizag city. The Vizag city is peculiar, where you have the coastal malaria is very high in that particular city. We have suggested the malaria control in that particular city, and then after coming back, I have asked to take an independent project called dengue projects. In dengue projects, that time the government of Tamilnadu, Pondicherry were strict to implement rainwater harvesting structures in various houses and buildings of the government buildings and all those places. So I did, and under my leadership and my other scientists, we did the coastal part of the Pondicherry, Kadalur, and other regions, monitored the Aedes breeding found in those regions. So when we go for the survey, the faulty structure of the Aedes breeding structure found to be the supporting more vector population of the Aedes aegypti. You know, Aedes eggs always in a dormant condition. Aedes eggs could survive for more than 8 months without any water. That is the situation of the Aedes population. That Aedes mosquitoes were found in all the bricks which are put into their rainwater harvest structure. Those bricks also, if you take and put it in a water, you will see that so many larvae coming out of that eggs which are deposited by the Aedes aegypti female mosquitoes. Those studies we reported, and I published the paper along with other scientists under the Journal of Medical Entomology, USA. So this particular was the, I am the principal author. Defective rainwater harvesting structures and dengue. This is what the title, dengue vectors, that published. And then there are other 2-3 journals in the international journals I published, and I got the credit on these things. This was continued up until 2005 and 6. I have been asked by the Saudi government, that is Arabian government, that after seeing my works on the mosquito control programs and mosquito control activities and publications in the ICMR bulletin and all, one of the professor, Nabil Abo Katwa, who was working in a university in the Jeddah city of Saudi Arabia, who approached me and asked me to come and help us to prevent the dengue population, dengue cases in the city of Jeddah municipality. Then I through our official way, we approached the ICMR. ICMR permitted me to depute for about 1 year without salary. The salary I have to receive from the government of Saudi Arabia, not from the ICMR. So they permitted, they gave the leave for 1 year. From May 2007 to May 2008, 1 year I served as a consultant and advisor on the dengue crisis management of the Jeddah municipality in Saudi Arabia, where I have been introduced my innovative knowledge to the government of Saudi Arabia. Why? In Saudi Arabia, there is no dengue cases until 1994. Whereas in 2006, thousands together cases appeared. How? Because of the movement of the people as a dengue cases with the viruses to the city of the Jeddah. That means people were from Pakistani, people from Nepali, people from India, Bangladeshi, all migrated for as a labor force. They carried with the viruses. There are 4 different viruses: DENV1, DENV2, DENV3, and DENV4. All these four parasites among the human population circulated. Already Aedes population proliferated, and it was plenty in the city itself because it breeds in all the domestic water which were present in the every apartments of that laborers who are residing. So every the tank, or we can say the trough, or we can say the drum, every drum is with the RV and PP of Aedes. So that has been spread over among the local people in many cases. Then what I did, I introduced a commandments called natural environmental commandments, apart from the other source of control of the Aedes population in the infestation area. So what are the 7 commandments I introduced? Those commandments are connected with the management of all the water stored drums, or small drums which are kept in the different 5 liters to 20 liters drums, 200 liters drums, where they were not even put it in the covering and all. So I introduced all the drums should be properly cleaned, and all the drums should be kept in an inverted position when the water is not there, and all the drums should be, what you say, covered with the, even if it is a lid, or even you can cover with the cloth, and they have to see there should not be creation of dengue vectors rooms inside their houses, and then they have to see their areas maximum, the stagnation of the water in the air conditioner containers, they should be free from the Aedes mosquitoes. And then all these things, they have to cooperate with the municipality JEDA when they visit their house. And whatever their maintenance of their free from that Aedes mosquitoes, they have to communicate with each other. So I introduced the commandments called 7 C's. That means cleaning, covering, converting, creating, and then they have to communicate and cooperate with us. These 7 commandments I have introduced. They were happy. After introduction of these things, they were free from many places. There is no larvae and pupae of the Aedes mosquitoes. And the municipality side there. And also, I trained 250 student volunteers who were coming after their colleges, and they were being trained on the how to take the larvae, pupae samples, and how to monitor, how to they put the larvicides with the spray, all those things. This was the work I did. After that, I have been asked to come back to the ICMR. I returned back to the ICMR. After coming back to the ICMR as a scientist, that time I was only in a scientist D. And then I have been asked to work simultaneously with the other part. And then I have been elevated to the scientist E, from scientist E to then again scientist F, under another institute of our sister concern that time, which was created by the Rachel Rubin, another director of the ICMR. That is called, that name of the institute was Center for Research in Medical Entomology, CRME, where it was located in Madurai. I have been shifted from Pondicherry to Madurai, and where I worked in the Japanese sensibilities and the dengue control and the development of other research works concerned with and also along with the master plan for the Madurai city. These works were I involved. I think this will do for my research careers, which took place from 31st October 1979 to till my superannuation in 2018. During this period, I had the more and more exposure through another entomologist called Dr. P.K. Tyagi. You might have heard or not, I don't know. He is also my immediate boss during the at Pondicherry, at Madurai. And he and myself, every year, we used to conduct one conference that they call it as a medical arthropodology conference, in which I was also key role to play in all the activities, starting from the collection of the abstracts and making the every conference book, everything. And we did this work from 2009 to 2018, 9 years continuously along with him, apart from the WHO sponsored conferences, meetings and all. During that period, many people have come to Madurai and then left. But my contribution is mainly on the conference materials, mainly for the participants. And also myself involved in teaching of the medical entomology in Vector Control Research Center as a faculty. And I used to concentrate on the environmental management and the insecticidal works, which I have been experienced to the students of the post-graduations of the medical entomology in the. Simultaneously, we were also a guide for the few every year, 3 months, candidates who are all coming from the part of the PhD, their studies in the MS post-graduation, deputed to our institute, both in the VCRC Vector Control Research Center and also in the Center for Research in Medical Entomology. I have been guided more than a dozen in the Center for Research in medical entomology, and I have guided some few of the research scholar, PhD scholar as a co-guide in the during my service at Cochin as a Cochin University Science and Technology, where I have been recognized as one of the guide supervisor. Similarly, I was also guide in the Pondicherry University, and also I was recognized by Madurai Kamaraj University as a supervisor for PhD candidates. During my career, I also prepare question papers for the medical entomology through the Pondicherry University. They have been asked to prepare and submit it. I used to do that. Like that, many academic as well as research scientific course carried out during the entire thing. Now, let us come to the other part of my activities after my superannuation. And every time I used to highlight my research activities not only through the publication, standard publications of the journals, newspapers, and other groups. They used to come to the institute and they will ask, see, suddenly mosquito population is increasing in Madurai city. Reporters will come and ask, what is the reason? And I highlight the reasons for that in different places and different cities. And everything was going very smoothly, and there's no any hurdles in my research activities because I have to highlight that. From that period, I came in 2018 January. After that, I have been asked to either VCRC, Center for Research in Medical Entomology, to consider some of the meetings for the junior staff of that centers. And then subsequently, I attended some of the seminars, and I also started to go to the colleges, scientific associations of the different groups of the academicians. Like that, I have been asked during that time only by the Madurai Kamaraj University, sir, why don't you take classes for the faculty members who have come for the refresher course? That means people who are all working in different colleges, they used to come to the university and they attend the classes. I used to take the classes on the vector-borne diseases and its control for the faculty members with the live specimens. I used to talk them. People used to applaud and they will be happy. They were happy during my lecture. That activity started while even in service in 2013 also, even 2018 also I did. During that time only, one of the Department of Health Services of West Bengal, uh, Dr. Puran K. Sarma, who invited me to take an investigation because we used to do many investigations during my service. I mean, when I was in Madurai. So we were in 2011, there was an outbreak in the Japanese encephalitis during the 4 different districts in the West Bengal. Under my leadership, I took the team and I did the services for the West Bengal. Then Dr. Puran K. Sarma asked me to come to the Jalpaiguri north and near the border of the Bhutan, the outbreak of JE as well as malaria. These investigations I did, I spent a fortnight and submitted the report for the outcomes to the West Bengal government. Because during 2011, there were 4 districts, Jalpaiguri and then West Bengal, in Kuch Bihar and Darjeeling and South Dinar districts are affected during that time. Okay, so with that experience, I completed the study during the period of 2019. Then, after 2019, what happened? COVID-19 came out. So immediately I started to refer all the my background literatures and all those things. I came to know COVID-19, Corona 2, that is actually Corona 1 came in 2002 itself, COVID 1. But that time, the World Health Organization, all affected countries were not serious about that. During that time, if they would have taken a type of getting a good vaccine candidate and all those things, that would have been benefited for the entire population of the globe. But they have not done in 2002 and 30. At that time also, our government of India were screening all the people who are entering to our country. But that also, even 2 different isolated cases detected by the ICMR under a National Institute of Virology. One marine engineer who came from Hong Kong and Singapore to the Mumbai, who has been affected, and he has been isolated. He has got cured. Similarly, 2, 3 isolated cases. No death recorded in India, 2002 corona. Whereas COVID-19, when they declared and many lockdown, which announced by the government, people were very differently thinking about those things. And immediately they came to know that it is. Then I have been asked to contact by the many channels behind woods, prominent channel behind woods, and then some of the local news, and then some of the TV like this, Sun TV and Pudiya Talamurai. There are several, and also newspapers. One of the question was asked by the reporter, "Sir, we are going and taking the ATM, all the currency, whether we are able to get the infection of the corona or not." Then such kind of questions were asked, and it was then my reply was published in the Dinamalar newspaper of the daily news and all. Then weekly reporters also they interview me and all, and also debate in the TV channels. When do we get our vaccination for against corona? Is it coming very quickly or later? This type of discussions were taken in the Kalanger TV in Tamil Nadu, where we were debate, and one of the medical doctor also attended. Then I told them, ICMR is seriously thinking about that. It will be coming, and that time only. Then the end of the year 2021, I mean 20 or 21 beginning, we got 2 vaccine that is called the Covishield, Covaxin, and it was given to all the first the workers who are all working in the hospitals and other things, and then the protective people, and then later population and all those things. We know all those history from the entire globe. So, and also our honorable prime ministers gifted those things to the other poor countries also, those vaccination, all those history you people know very well. Then I have been asked one of the voluntary organizations named, run by Mr. Voice Test. He has asked me to give the awareness campaign in all the schools which are visiting for the basic health hygiene. He keeping a trust of the particular under his control. Through that voice trust, that name of the organization, voluntary organization voice trust, I visited more than 70, 80 schools, and I advised them on mosquito control program, how to control the dengue vectors, how to control the polluted habitats, Felis incubators, and how to themselves prevent from the mosquito bites during night hours, during daytime. Similarly, all the National Cadet Corpus, NCC candidates in the schools also, the organizers of the NCC officers, they used to approach, and I used to go and give my all in regional language, in Tamil, some places in colleges mixed with Tamil and English. So I advocated them, I advised them how to prevent those infections from the normal places. And one of the college in the MIS, that is called the Madurai Institute of Social Science. So those college every year, second MSCs to camp activities, I used to attend, and I used to give the lecture for them. So like that, it is slowly started. Now I am currently doing it. I am recognized as a University Grant Commission as one of the teacher to teach on the public health issues to all the faculty members who are all coming for they're referencing their course, refresher course, either short term or the full term, whatever it is. The director of the every university, they approach me, and I used to start to give my typical according to the theme of that particular period. Some sustainable development, some is called sustainable development goals, like that. I have completed this particular 25, 24 to 26, last 2 years, more than 2 dozens of the universities, because I have been attending all the faculty members on teaching on the vector-borne diseases mainly and majorly on malaria. And also we are awaiting very eagerly our own indigenous vaccination against dengue. I used to talk about the dengue vaccine also, how far it is being developed in our country. Even our honorable minister Nataji told in 2014, August 15th, it is going the third phase of the field trial. The name of the vaccine is the dengue. Our Indian government is going to develop that vaccine is dengue. For that, entire selection have been completed from different pockets of the people, and they are going to screening, and they are going to give the vaccine against the dengue. That is also being part of my lecture for the faculty members. I have completed even IIT Patna, the gatherings of the that program they call it as a MMTTC, Malavia Mission Teacher Training Centers. It is not available in all the universities in the entire country. The government of India has given only 110 or 120 universities. And when they browse in the Google, they used to call me. I used to attend that. Sometimes through some of the professors, they used to contact me and all this thing. In southern part, I have completed maximum universities, Bharatiyar University, University of Madras, Madurai Kamara University, and other universities in the south. Similarly, north also I did in the Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala University, and also from other Kasaragod. Like that, many universities also I am doing these activities, and it is a routine program for them. I am very happy that I have been engaged through at least Government of India as a UGC nominated teacher. So these are all
Absolutely.
activities conducted. And
Yes,
another
sir.
thing is,
The
anyone who is interested on the environment, I will be the first person to attend. For your example, I am telling, I am teaching in Tamil regional language from the primary school to the middle class school and high school, higher secondary school, to the college students and the faculty members.
yes,
Recently, on 5th June 2026, very close to my son's residence in the place called Puttandi, a primary school, I gave a lecture to the third, fourth, fifth class students, and I have given them and then planted a trees also in that campus of that small school, primary school. The teachers were very happy during that time because I mingle with the people very easily. And last 14th of this month, I mean this July, I was the chief guest for the Alagappa University. That program they called as a Act Next. That was the title. The Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine 2025. That was the title. Where I have been asked to deliver on the vector-borne diseases and its control for the audience of the students who are all doing post-graduation and research into the university. It was arranged by the Department of Animal Health and Management. This was one of the recent one. And then I also through the online, now this MMTC program is asked to conduct through online also. So I did that online program, two programs, one at University of Madras and another at the Pondicherry University recently last week. So the work of mine is coming in as you have searched it and you have asked me. I must be thankful to Professor Dr. T. Atak, who was asked me to give this introduction and other things with you. So this way, I am connected to you also. You can give me the work. I can give you the reciprocate to your requirements time to time. I am very happy that I am very glad. I am thankful to all the team under your consideration, under your control. You my best wishes for growing in this world for the younger generations. You and me are working the same line. See,
yes,
our knowledge sharing. See, my objective is share our knowledge to the coming up generations.
yes.
Because
That's the
the
mission. Yes,
government,
sir.
the vision is, the major goal is, we have been asked by the government of India to join in this particular institute to carry out your research and your capabilities to come out with all those things, because government has spent a kind of resource of money on our
Yes.
studies. At least it may not be fulfilled. It may be a part of money as a educational institution they are giving government of Tamil Nadu or government of India. And then with that we have come up, not with any other source. So we are only reciprocating to the coming of generations. In that mode, if you see, your mental satisfaction also comes in that. Because money
Absolutely.
is not this, money is secondary one. Money is not for everything. When your last breath, you have been thrown out by your family members to the burial ground or somewhere else. And now what happened to the population during the corona period? Bunch of people in hospitals they were taken. Yes, the staff were also, medical physicians also, nurses were also. Without, they don't know when the outbreak came in the corona time. So such a kind of a large number of mortalities we have seen. So
Yes.
we have to be very sympathetic for the growing of younger generations. My objective is to take care our growing up younger generation, at least students community, give a better discipline, better growth of their knowledge on each and every aspect. That will be the only satisfaction which you can live in this world before you proceed for the next phase of the last breath. This is my objective,
Absolutely.
sir.
And
Uh,
this is wonderful,
now,
sir. Having you on the series, that is the mission of STEM for Society also, like celebrating the researchers, their lives. And it was our true honor to have you on the series. We can say to all the audience, if you want to connect to Dr. Mariappan, you can write to him. If you want us to put you in touch with our researcher celebrities, we are there to support you and to celebrate all of our true research celebrities like Dr. Mariappan. With this, we'll say thank you so much, sir, for taking time out and sharing your journey with us. And to all the audience, we'll say stay tuned for another episode of Researchers Celebrity.
thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Convey my regards to Dr. Atak.